Do you find talking about sex awkward?
Well, you shouldn't.
Sex is a very natural thing.
Although there are consequences of unprotected sex, and girls, it's okay to say no. Also, there's a thing called abstinence. What's abstinence?
We'll get into that later.
Basically, our topic is on
healthy actions for your body and the consequences of sex.
Let me feel you upside down, slide in, slide out, slide over here, climb into my mouth now.
Sexual abstinence is the voluntarily refraining from one or more aspects of sexual activity. Common reasons to deliberately abstain from the physical expression of sexual desire include religious or philosophical reasons. An example is chastity.
Alright. Chastity is sometimes used similarly with sexual abstinence, but the mechanisms of chastity are typically largely different for people who assume different political and religious roles.
He's wrong because he wants to have sex and he's not married. Bingo.
Wow, you're pretty smart.
Thanks, sure. Sex is fun, but you can't have it before you're married, even if you use a condom. Because not only do condoms fail 100% of the time, they're also majorly unsafe. Hey, you wouldn't put a plastic bag over your grandmother's head, would you? No. Say, who wants to be joyful? Who wants to be pure? Who wants to be abstinent?
Historically, there has been a swing from the sexually free end of the Industrial Revolution to the chaste values of the early Victorian period. This was then followed by a new Puritanism from the late Victorian era to the mid-1900s. This important transformation often colors discussion of sexual behavior in the later 20th century. World War I began a return of sexual freedom and indulgence, but more often than that, the appearance of conforming to the earlier moral values of abstinence before marriage was retained. With the conclusion of World War II, the societal importance of abstinence declined swiftly.
All right. The advent of the first oral contraceptive pill and widely available antibiotics suppressed many consequences of wide and free sexual behavior, while social mores were also changing, meaning they could do it more freely because they had a pill. By the 1970s, abandonment of premarital chastity was no longer taboo in the majority of Western societies. Perhaps even the reverse, that members of both sexes would have experienced a number of sexual partners before marriage. Some cultural groups continued to place a value on the moral purity of an abstainer, but abstinence was caught up in a wider reevaluation of moral values. As a teenage girl or young woman, you may be thinking about what it means to be involved in a sexual relationship. Deciding to have a sexual relationship is a big deal, since it involves both your body and your emotions.
Perhaps we could have sexual intercourse. Count me in.
You need to make sure that it is the right decision for you. There are many things that you need to think about before you decide to have sex, including whether this is the right person, the right time in your life, and how you'll feel if the relationship breaks up. If you do decide to have sex, you definitely need to think first about how to prevent getting pregnant and how to protect yourself from getting a sexually transmitted disease, meaning an STD.
Joni, it's me.
Oh, hey! You know, I had such a great time with you last night.
Listen, there's something I have to tell you. I just got back from the doctor. I have herpes. I think you should get yourself checked out.
Oh my God!
Will you stay?
What?
Will you stay with me even knowing that I have herpes?
Yes, I will. You say. I only hear what I want to.
You should talk to your parents, guardian, a trusted adult, or your health care provider if you are thinking about having a sexual relationship. It is a good idea to discuss all of your choices and all of your concerns and worries you may have so that you make very good decisions. This can be a very confusing time for you, and it is always good to have someone to talk to. Do's and don'ts.
Do not drink when out on a date, especially a first date. Do not drink in the evening at your or your partner's place. Do not travel overnight together. Do not share hotel rooms on overnight trips. Don't get into the back seat of a car with your partner. Hey baby, you should come over to my house. Come over to your house? Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Alright, let's go. You and me, man. Woo, yeah! No! Don't do anything but hold hands and share simple kisses. None of that sick stuff. And don't do anything but hold hands, hug, and kiss. Find your limit, but the less you do, the easier it is to protect yourself and not get sexually involved.
Do drive your car so your date has no opportunity to pull up to a hotel or a secluded area.
Get into my car, woman. We're gonna do it. No, I don't want to do it. No, I'm going home.
Do meet where your date takes place, not at your apartment or house, and depart separately. Drive separately and meet at your destination.
Ninja! Masturbation. Masturbation is a normal, healthy, and practically universal practice. Stimulating oneself sexually is natural for both men and women, both young and old. Gross. Masturbation offers release from sexual tension. People who are not sexually active, as well as those with satisfying sex lives, practice masturbation. Kelsey, where are you? Kelsey, what are you doing? Get out of here! What are you doing? Kelsey, get out! Oh my God, what are you doing? Nothing! Ah!
Masturbation is a very much a matter of personal choice. If you do it, do not feel out of the ordinary. If you do not, you are not strange. Some people feel extremely guilty about masturbating. Some people are very religious and hold values or beliefs that they think that masturbation is wrong. Other people just feel embarrassed about sexually arousing themselves.
But there's nothing wrong with masturbation. It's healthy for you. Nickel!
How far is too far?
Did you know
That some sexually transmitted diseases can be contracted through skin-to-skin contact?
this is what happens to your insides after you get an STD? Is that what you want your insides to look like? That it's possible to get pregnant if the man's penis is too close to the vagina but doesn't penetrate it?
That anytime you share intimate activity with someone, you also share a piece of your heart with them?
It's all sex. Anal, oral, and vaginal sex. It's all sex. What can you do? Sexual health should be maintained as you would any other aspect of your health, such as nutrition or active living. Consider the following.
Educate yourself. Ask questions and make informed decisions. Learn how to protect yourself against STDs.
Practice safer sex. Expect respect for yourself and respect the choices of others. Don't judge.
Seek help if you are being forced into sexual activity. Have regular medical checks and a happier prostate.
Come a little closer, baby.